Are we seeing a market crash in real estate right now? Hi everyone, Misty Weaver with the Dreamweaver team at Sampson Properties, and I haven't done a market update for a couple of months because I wanted to see what was happening, how buyers are reacting, what's going on with sellers, and it's a very, very interesting time. So number one, there is a lot of talk from news media and on social media and pundits and all of those people kind of trying to predict the future, and I think it's scaring a lot of people. So when you think back the last 2 years and the crazy real estate market, that was not normal. The interest rates were not normal, the inventory numbers were not normal, nothing was normal, mostly because of COVID and the government reacting and lowering rates to get the housing market moving again once COVID hit and everything shut down. So it kind of boomeranged, and now we're kind of boomeranging back, if you know what a boomerang is, back to what is normal. This is normal. These interest rates are absolutely normal. 6%, 7%, 8%. We've seen those for years and years and years. And of course, you will hear all the people talk about the 80s when we were seeing 12, 15% interest rates. So I think it's a mind shift that we need to do on the buyer side and on the seller side. So buyers, this is a really great market for a number of reasons. Yes, you have higher interest rates than we've had in the past 2 years, but these are normal interest rates. They're not out of the ordinary. They're not scary. Yes, if you were looking in the past 2 years, your payments are obviously going to be different. But if you are trying to decide between renting and buying, if you're renting, you're basically paying 100% interest because you are getting nothing for that money. So 6%, 7% is really nothing. You may need to adjust the budget of the house that you are looking for if you want to stay in a same monthly payment kind of range as what you are paying in rent. But that is normal. This is how we shop and decide things when we are making financial decisions. So nothing along that line has changed. The other positives now are you have a lot more time to make a decision, and you can make the right decision for you instead of kind of being pressured because there were multiple offers that you were going up against in the past 2 years. All of that stuff is basically gone. We still do have properties, just like we always have, that do end up in multiple offers. That's not going to change for some things, especially for the sellers that are really trying to price kind of ahead of the market and they're being very realistic. You may still find competition on some listings, but for the most part, you have more time to make decisions. You can see properties twice, and then when you do make an offer, you actually have a lot more protection now because you can get those inspections in. You can ask for credit. You can ask for repairs. We are seeing buyers get closing costs from sellers. So all of these positives are huge for buyers right now. And the people that understand this are in this market and they are out there buying. This is a great time for investments. If you want to start becoming an investor, start looking at that stuff. This is a great time because all of those people who are scared are out of the market and you're not competing with them. So you have a lot less competition and you can get what you want much more easily. So you have a ton of advantages, buyers. So think along that lines and not, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get 2% interest. I'm not going to, do all of that. But you're not overpaying for a property. You don't have to go, in with a price way over asking price. You don't have to have that cash for appraisal waivers. A lot of the issues that buyers were having are now gone. And instead of looking for a different set of problems, we need to realize what is really happening. This is completely normal. This is a normal market. Sellers, on the other side, we need to get out of that thought process that we are going to ask for pie in the sky, limit what we, really want. Your house may not be that valuable. We've had a lot of those sales in the past 2 years where people are going, oh my gosh, I can't believe they got that. So we have to get out of that mindset. We have to price appropriately. So this is what I'm seeing in the market right now. So let's talk Winchester, Frederick County area. So Winchester, we currently, when I pulled stats the other day, we had about 46 listings, and I think it was 21 of them had price reductions. And this is what's scaring people now, because remember, we are kind of newly in the internet age where buyers and sellers can see all of this information online. Whereas before, in the past, we didn't really have that. You didn't have all of this knowledge. So 21 out of those 46 properties have had a price reduction in Winchester, so that's 45%. Now, what does that mean? Number one, a price reduction can be the price has been lowered $1, okay? Agents will do that. We don't do that, but agents will do that. $1, $100, $1,000, something like that, just because when there is a price reduction in the online world, so if you're on Zillow or Realtor.com and all of that stuff, you get notified if a property that you have liked or is in your search that your agent has set up for you, any price change will send that property to you again. So agents will do that so that people get notified about this property again. So, you get notified when it comes on the market, and then you get notified when there is a change. So even $1 change is listed as a price reduction. Now, that's not really a price reduction. So 45% seems a little bit scary, but sometimes it's just the marketing value of the price reduction and not an actual significant price reduction. So we're not seeing the market crash. We're not seeing prices go super low. You're not going to buy a property for 50% of what the value is. This is not HGTV. This is real life. So don't let those numbers scare you when you are seeing all of those drops. Frederick County, we had 43% of the properties on the market right now have had a price reduction. So they're pretty even. We're seeing that in other areas that we service as well. So we do lake properties everywhere. Spotsylvania, we're seeing 41% with price reductions. So that is not, again, abnormal. It's a little higher right now, but that is because the sellers kind of had that in their mind that, we're going to push this price because my neighbor sold for this much, 2 months ago or whatever it was. So sellers are kind of coming back down to reality, and that is why you're seeing those price reductions. Now, the days on market, that is a huge issue. I think this is more of an issue with sellers currently, but buyers, you need to be aware as well. We're moving from 1 to 7 day kind of average. Back in the crazy market with COVID the last 2 years, we're up to about 35, 40 days, depending on the neighborhoods and areas. And that's normal. Our normal prices, or days on market rather, in the past have been 40 to 60 days, even 3 months. When we do listing agreements, they're usually 6 months long, because we know it's going to take that long to find that buyer, because in a normal market, buyers are taking their time. They're seeing more properties because they have the time to do that. They're not racing against those multiple offers. So those days on market are completely normal. So when you're looking at that, don't be in your head, well, there must be something wrong with this house. This is normal. And sellers, it's very hard to show your home. We know this. It's frustrating to have people in and out, have to keep everything clean, all of that. But this is normal. We're not going to sell your house on the first day in most cases. It can happen. It does happen, obviously. But the average is going to be longer. So you need to be prepared for doing those showings and having this longer period of time to get everyone in. It doesn't mean your agent isn't doing the marketing and we're not getting it in front of people. It's just the buyers taking their time, which is normal. If you think about this, this is a purchase that for most people, it's the most money they're going to spend on something. So this is normal. The past 2 years has not been normal. So please reach out if you have any questions. Especially for planning, we're going into the holidays, so I think it's still going to be a little bit slow, and then it should start picking back up more normal numbers. This is the normal dip with the holidays, after school starts, all of that stuff. So we will be back, but would love to answer any questions for you and find you your new home. Bye-bye.